We've played Raise the Pass, and now we are going to play Mono Black. Hello everyone, and welcome back. We are going to try the Sephiroth combo kind of thing with the Timeline Caller, and then the Zealot that can also be a free sack outlet. This is one of the better cards printed in the set. With sacrificing a creature or artifact, surveil 1. It's a 3/2. I just realized all 3 decks I've made for this weekend have all had this card in it, interestingly enough, so you can see what card I'm very excited about. But we get to play with Bloodghast once again as a nice, cool sack outlet to these cards that we can get back for free by playing a land. And then we have the color that we can do the loop with that has haste and warp for 1 black. Pay 2 life. You can put this card from a graveyard onto the battlefield with warp cost. If we're sacrificing it, that means we can do this over and over and over and over again after we attack with it, of course. And if we have a card like Sephiroth in play or Vengeful Blood Witch, that loop then drains and gains from our opponent, because obviously we're sacrificing it, surveilling and doing everything that we want. And if we get a lot of cards in our graveyard, playing 1 land could bring back multiple Bloodghast, and then also bringing these back could be devastating, as well as the Forsaken Miner as well, because that loops well with Sephiroth. Also, because if you sacrifice it, Sephiroth targets your opponent committing a crime, so you pay 1 black to bring it back as well. With all that said, we're going to go ahead and dive into the games. I'm still at Gen Con. These videos are going to be much shorter. I have said this so many times, and if you're watching my channel, I'm trying not to be that annoying about it. But with that said, let's go game. Alright, well, I think mulling this hand makes sense. Yeah, it did. It sure did. We will keep. I really don't know what to get rid of. I feel like the land's the correct choice. But maybe I'm wrong. 1, 2, 3. I guess it's just this guy. Forsaken Miner's pretty good. Green Maverick. Okay, I'm gonna be a weird one. Allegedly. We'll get to see though. Played a lot of mono black, but I feel like this failed too. Can't they leave both? Okay, that seems interesting. Typically, the surveil, you like at most keep 1. Like the surveil is typically just a literal defined tool to throw stuff away. I feel like it has to be roots of some kind, of course, but the world may never know. Attack, block, sure. Good Dark Confidant here. Definitely want to fill up my hand while I can. Don't have a ton of things that are going to do like 1,000,000 damage to me. But I want to find my sack outlet along with Sephiroth. I have like the Blood Witch and everything. Destroy target permanent. Alright, we're in. We're in for it, I suppose. Not necessarily good for it, but we're in for it. That's the term we want to use here. Combat. Mill 3 cards. Interesting. They take the damage. I can just play another Dark Confidant, right? Maybe I should have gone with this because Sephiroth and the drains would have made a lot more sense. But there goes an Overlord. You may discard a card when you do. Return target creature or land card from your graveyard to your hand. This is a goofball, boy. I do have a lot of removal as well that I don't seem to be finding here, which is a bit tough. Now that I think about it, I definitely probably should have gone for the Blood Witch. Makes a bit more sense. Just because I can play Sephiroth, sack this, and do the drain kind of thing just with Sephiroth. But I kind of like the double drain idea. They're doing this, which is okay. We hit well or bad. Another Dark Confidant. Probably not the card I really needed to see. A Bloodghast is interesting. And I'd say that weirdly. Good Sephiroth here. Sephiroth is obviously a creature that caused a little bit more problems than normal. Drain, gain, pay the 1. I'm just looking for our removal that I know exists in my deck somewhere. Couple Shoot the Sheriffs, couple of conditional removal like sacrificing and stuff, but who knows? Never be me. Sure. Card, put it back in your hand. Makes sense. Nice little loop. Get another draw there. Maybe play a land, play the Overlord. Kind of on the hard cast train. Sephiroth, I kind of want to play this Bloodghast and sacrifice Sephiroth when I attack, but just don't know if that's going to be good. Just so weirdly conflicted right now. There's the Roost, and they have Bloodghast in their deck, dude. Nice. Bring it back for free. Ain't attacking me anytime soon. I feel like we are... If I was to say a favorite position, I want to say it's us because they don't have a Roots online. But I also don't have my sack outlet, so I don't know. I really just don't. I'm going to go Blood Witch here. Then I'm going to go a Bloodghast because I have a couple of lands. It can't block or do anything like that. But we're going to go ahead and attack here because I can. I think they'll trade, just not really caring. But the idea is like the creature dies. So I can just bring it back. I have 2, so maybe that's something I should think about. I guess I didn't realize I put another one in the graveyard. No, it's just 2 triggers for... Did it trigger twice? Am I faded? It triggered twice, right? Overlord attacking obviously causes a lot of problems with Roots Online, but that's the best part about our deck is we don't necessarily have to do combat damage to win. Just need to be alive at some point in the game. Bloodghast is attacking just to be a sneaky boy, so I don't really feel like I want to interact with that. Ivar is also rotated, so these plants aren't necessarily going to do anything. So I'm just going to take my 7 and call it a day. Most I could take, I think, is 3 here, so I'm not like that worried. Now I can do this and draw an additional card, which will also make another plant. Just getting wider and wider every turn, which is obviously frustrating. They also have this, which can make them 2 plants because they can exile and then do it, which means 1 would leave and a second one leave, so 2 plants would happen. So we definitely need to be finding something relevant. And there's a Cauldron, which is just okay. Kind of hard for my graveyard deck to win through a Cauldron. Maybe they'll use it. Trying to semi-combo off here, maybe. Sure. Interesting choice. Sephiroth number 2. Blood Witch number 2. Okay, well. It's the way she goes, I suppose. I think I have to play Blood Witch here. Go to combat. Here, here, and here. It doesn't really matter what way they do this. They can all kind of be blocked, I guess. Drain for 3 here. Well, I guess I commit 3 crimes. That's correct. Guess I do this. Fine. It's no longer in there. I don't want to pay that. Block Sephiroth, which is okay. Means 2 creatures die here. Down to 5. Didn't deal with the Bloodghast, which is okay. And now I go Sephiroth again. I already played the land, which is why the Bloodghast play was weird. I'm going to sack and just do everything. And then the thing is, they have to basically kill us, because any blocks, they die, right? So we get to pop this, and then they will take 3 more. Or, yeah, pop this, they take 3 more, and then I just get to block, 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 block. I get to block with literally everything, and then they'll take all the damage unless I can remove everything, but killing 1 creature means they also die, so we basically put them in a hard lock situation, which is pretty sweet. Okay, our opponent wasn't necessarily here, but they take them all. We're going to keep our 7. We have a 1-drop, we're on the draw, we're able to answer a 1-mana play from them, and then we also have like a couple of 2-drops that can help buy us time, and a Dark Confidant that can hopefully hit a couple of lands along the way. Lands aren't necessarily the highest hit rate in our deck that they could be in another deck, for example, but we do get 2 draws a turn potentially with the Dark Confidant, even though we'll be kind of a turn cycle behind, but we'll see. Our opponent mauled, and now they're tanking on a 6, which is okay, but we're not in the grand finals of any tournament here. We're in our open public play. We're in mono blue. Okay. Here. You're mono blue and you have counter spells. You do not let that resolve because that is a card advantage machine. I'm a Sephiroth, technically, but looks like blue black actually, which is weird. Sephiroth. No sack outlet. Just probably hard blue black control. Alright, they're just playing every counter spell they know exists. Ice out and get out, which is interesting enough. I guess this is just supposed to be Bloodghast here. Because if they counter this and I play a land, maybe that's what I should have done over like Sephiroth. Then the Bloodghast gets to come back for free, and then oh no, what do they do? Turn. Obviously, exile could be a thing, but anoint is gone, so that's not really where they'll be. Another missed land drop here, but maybe it seems that way. We don't miss a land drop, but I'm also not happy about it too. Sephiroth number 2. It says counterspell on it. I think they play it. Yeah, you're gross. You are gross. That is 3 different named counterspells. I feel like my opponent might be trying to mill me out of the game, which objectively does not make me happy. But I don't blame them. I do blame them. I do blame them a lot, actually. Leave me alone. Also, milling me is kind of a dangerous game, right? Because of Bloodghast and the timeline caller. Because they're all my graveyard. I just get to bring them back, potentially. Combat. Does the same in my graveyard, but this way I get a surveil, so I'd much rather do this. Oh, land, I'll keep. Attack for 2. With him. Big ones. Boom. Here we go. Now we also have this to warp. Whenever another creature you control or artifact control dies, we can do some stuff, which is nice. Whenever you commit a crime, each opponent mills 3 cards. This ability triggers only once each turn. Okay. This is a 2/4, which is a bit horrifying. Not that scared of it, to be honest, but this is what? Sacrifice a creature or warp counts. So we'll warp here. And this will give -10, -10. Would like you to move out of my way. I'm going to play land and just kind of forget that this exists. And then I'm going to go with a Blood Wish just on the fact that my opponent could technically cast a board wipe that mills me for 1 billion, which would suck, but also work out pretty great for me. I'll keep a land on top. I don't want to get like over zealous on kind of throwing all my cards away. App land. Perfect. Now they're also below the threshold where my Bloodghast works. So anytime we have those, we're just in a great position. Sure. Let's go warp here. We can always play it again later, right? So we're gonna go warp here. They could counter it, obviously. That's okay. Ice out. Sure. With 1 mana. Feel as though I have this game covered with literally the damage on board. Yep. Alright. So blue-black, all counter spells trying to mill me out of the game. I would have to assume, considering they have a get out and ice out, a long rivers pool, into the flood maul, a mill crab, and then another ice out. Okay. Very cool, but not today, brother. Opponent's first. Like mediocre, but we'll keep. We're on the draw. We get looks. We get looks. So we will take those looks. Table sure probably has to be mono green. Means our Oblivion is probably going to be needed. Which we can warp this creature and then Oblivion it if we absolutely must. I guess honestly that's the great part about Bloodghast, right? Is we can play it and then do this. Another tap land. Looks like nothing's going on, so I will play the Bloodghast here. Because then I can also go Vengeful Blood Witch. Maybe do this. Maybe do whatever. Fable Passage is holding priority here. Maybe Breeding Bloodghast, which would be interesting. Could also have Protection Spell, which would be bad, right? Oh, green-red. Maybe not. Oh! Throwing a little spice, yeah? Yeah, I would argue a little spice, that's for sure. Okay, well. Everything has changed in a matter of moments. Yeah, I guess I'm gonna play the bigger one here. They got rid of a zombie fight with the Seize the Spoils, which feels like criminal. But a land is by far best draw, because then we get 2 Blood Witches down, which means we can, like, anything dies. Everything's going everywhere. And maybe we're just dead. Who knows? Show it to me. Show it to me. I'm letting this hit full contact. I don't care. Nope. If you got it, you got it. There's a Galta and 3 creatures. I don't need to see it. We're good. Yeah, we're good. Alright, we're dead. That's okay. Alright, opponent goes first. We can keep this, I think. Seems like a good thing here. Big and Minor are going to work incredibly well with our sack card. If that's what it comes to. Blue black. Maybe mill? Maybe not mill. Maybe mill? Okay. Oh, alright. Cool, man. Just play a mill card and then concede. You're the best. What? Alright, going to go first with this. Hand's pretty sweet. We'll keep. Land, and we're not going to blitz this just yet. I might want to kind of use the void mechanic here. I think I immediately get a Dark Confidant down. No hit there on just a swamp. We'll see. Another swamp comes in, which gives us a lot more information than it might just also be mono black, but we'll get to see. Leave my wizard alone. Alright, cool. So we play this land tapped. We play a second Dark Confidant. Honestly, probably could have went for the color for haste value. But I guess it's the same damage if my Dark Confidant stays, right? So, not necessarily the worst thing in the world. We can also warp this and then do this. Or if they just play like a 2 toughness creature, we can just do this. Or we can just shoot the Sheriff as well. There's a lot of options, I guess. Well, I think I would want my shoot the Sheriff for something a bit bigger. Removing this Dark Confidant or not? See you highlighting it. Let it live. You go for a slasher. Dark Confidant going to get value, which is huge, right? Because now we kind of have our land situation resolved here. I could go... Too bad it's a sorcery, but I kind of get it, you know? Like, I understand, but, like, I don't want to. Go here. Let's go. Go here. Get in. This doesn't die. Oopsie poopsie. I made an oopsie. I forgot it doesn't die because this isn't the one that sacrifices my creature. Don't worry, guys. I got a beautiful voice. Can't you tell? I mean, it's like whatever, I guess. I should have just, like, played this straight up, though, right? They offspring that, which is a dangerous play, for sure. Kind of in the same ballpark as me, right? When it comes down to it. I think I'm just going to set up my Blood Witches. Let them maybe let them do the damage to themselves a bit. No? Nope. Well, full airball. That's a draw 3. I was just hoping for any amount of spells, but... It's okay. Fine. I'm not mad. Alright, a little mad. Actually, not really. That helps us out a ton. Makes, like, these a bit dicey, right? So. Can't kill that. Oh, no, dude. Wait. Wait. I can't answer a slasher. A Dragonhawk? What am I up against? My opponents, they hate it here. Oh, because it's already warped, right? Correct. This is, I have to actually cast this. All right. It's very possible we get through this turn cycle and my opponent dies to their own augers, which is funny. Long Goodbye uncounterable, of course. Phyrexian Arena a bit tough. I can't imagine they play that. They have 2 draw engines in play that are already kind of tough. Long Goodbye might actually be a good answer to be playing in spots like Shoot the Sheriff might not be the best. Yeah, I mean, answer him. Hit me with the slasher. That would be gross. Honestly, probably should have answered the more, like the bigger creature, I guess. And I don't have the mana. I am dead. Yeah. Kind of crazy it took him that long to figure that turn out, but sure. It's okay. All right, here we are to talk about the deck a little. But yeah, I definitely think the mono black version is pretty solid. It might even be better than the raised pass version if we kind of tune it up to be so. I definitely wanted to play with Bloodghast again because I think it's just fun, and I think having this kind of synergy from your graveyard is super sweet. The real problem we had today is we never really had a Zealot online that often, which was a little unfortunate because that just makes these incredibly strong. For example, you just sacrifice Bloodghast, you play land, it comes back, you can do it again, especially if you have all these drainers in play. The same with the color, right? Like, this is the deck that we want to do the color loop with Sephiroth in play or even a Vengeful Blood Witch in play, because we just bring this back, sacrifice it, bring it back, sacrifice, bring it back, and then we can do that 4 or 5 times. That's just 10 damage straight up if you have 2 drainers. I mean, that's 10, I guess. It's 5 not. And Sephiroth flips and becomes a 5/5 flyer that can sacrifice your whole board and so on and so forth. With all that said and done, I hope you all enjoyed. Again, short notice kind of thing. Not short notice, but short time frame that I have. So I hope you all enjoyed, and I'll catch you next one. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.